Okay, gonna try this video again. I swear, I need to figure a way to edit all this, make it work. Okay, I got off the caliper. Wasn't planning on doing that. I already videoed it. 12mm bolts. Hold it on. Okay. Another thing I meant to mention on this is these pins have got flat spots. Okay, those flat spots hit that edge right there. That's where it needs to be. Had a lot of people bend these because they went ahead and tightened them up. Okay, we're gonna grease these slides. Okay, you're gonna pull your old rattle clips off. You're gonna clean this with a wire brush. Put a little bit of grease, I mean a little bit, just on everything to keep it from squeaking. A little bit of grease on these. Clean off your old grease. Do that. Now take two C clamps, press both these in. If they go in real hard, then they are stuck. Okay, that means you're gonna have a stuck caliper later. You better replace it. Okay, I put grease on this and grease on this surface right here. Okay, now the 17mm right here, put NICs on. They have lock washers to lock them back down so they ain't gonna be backing out. Okay, those went in there and screwed in to the caliper bracket. Okay, be sure to put NICs on those and grease on everything that I was talking about. A lot of people just slap them together. Okay, another thing is, if you have trouble, which I'm gonna beat this one because we got new rotors we're putting on this one and this rotor's messed up. There's two 12mm holes. Those are meant for bolts. Okay, you tighten them up and it'll pull the rotor off. In my case, I'm gonna take this 3-pound hammer and we're just gonna knock it out. Okay, that's usually the case every time. I ain't left-handed, so that don't really work. Okay, see, it broke loose. And that's all you gotta do. And just pull it off. Now, another thing is, you're going to take and you're going to clean this. Like, this one's pretty rusty. We're gonna clean off this rust a little bit, okay? I'm gonna put NIC just a little bit in between each one, and I'm gonna put it right around this, okay? What they'll do is let your next rotor fall right off if you plan on keeping the car for a while. All right, and then put on your new rotor. Another thing is, take your rotor, I got stuff all over that, and use a can of brake cleaner, all right, and use a paper towel, wipe it off, flip it over, and then do the same thing, and then put it on. Don't put no NICs on this. You don't need it. You already got it on here. Okay, on your rotor, you just want to do thin layer like that, and you're just going to wipe it off. You don't want to soak it down. Make sure all your grease is off. Now we're ready to put it on here. Okay, now we're on the slide pins. One has no rubber on it, okay? It goes right in, snaps in, okay? Well, not really snaps in, just pops in. This one has rubber on it, okay? Right there at the end where those ribs are. Make sure you don't pack too much grease on it, because it will spring back out at you like this one's kind of doing. Okay, but a lot of the times they don't do that. Either way, you can hold it in, smack it with a hammer a couple times, it'll pop that air out of there, and then it'll stay. Okay, like I said, make sure you spin your flat edges up. I'm getting ready to clean this off, and this the rattle clip. Clean it off with a wire brush, because this one ain't that bad. A lot of time you gotta chisel away at it pretty much on each one of them. Okay, another thing I do is I put NICs before I put my rattle clips on. Okay, just smear a little tiny bit in there, then put in your rattle clips, top and bottom. No grease on the rattle clips themselves, okay, they're fine. Okay, another thing is, when it NICs, your 17mm that actually hold on this bracket right here, they'll lock down so you're right on the NICs. Okay, as you can see, I'm pressing in my caliper with two C clamps. I already got one in, one sitting here. Now you want to look, okay, or you want to feel, and it turns real easy. I'm just turning it with my thumb, okay? This thing turns hard. It's alright to break free hard, I guess, to a certain extent, but you need a new caliper, okay? This one's just spinning in. I mean, thumb and a couple fingers, that's it, okay? Alright, put my NICs on my 17mm bolts, put my bracket back on. Got my grease in these. Now tighten down these bolts to roughly, I would say, 50 foot-pounds, okay? These ones are going to be about 20. Now, I've been doing this so long, I just tighten them down. I know where they're at, okay? Hard to get a torque wrench in here and there. You can get a little one and do it. But either way, I'm going to press this in and going to grease all this up. Okay, we are all greased up. Make sure you don't have a whole lot of grease. You don't want that run down on your rotor or anything, or brake pads. Okay, another thing I need to mention. These things have got a squiller, okay? That's to indicate that your low pad. I always put that on the inside, okay? We always put it inside. Seen a lot of people put them on the outside. What is this thing? Just stick it anywhere it goes. Well, either way, it goes on the inside. The reason why is because you cannot see the inside from the wheel. You can see the outside and see what the pads are doing and see if they're like, close to half, quarter, whatever. But always stick it on the inside. Other than that, let's put the rest of it together. Okay, caliper is on, brake pads are on, everything's greased, ready to go, getting ready to put on the wheel. Now, one thing y'all need to remember, I've done this several times, is to pump the brakes when you get inside the car. All right? It kind of sucks, especially when you do all the wheels, that you start backing up and you hit the pedal to stop before you hit that car, and then you hit the car because you have no brake, or you're backing up and it takes 20 foot to stop. Be sure to pump them up. It is fun though. Just make sure ain't no cars behind you. You'll be all right. Okay, that is it. And we'll do another video here later on head gaskets. Don't know how to join all this. I'll figure it out later. And the actually correct torque, okay, your foot-pounds of torque. Nobody has got that on here yet. We'll have it on here soon. All right, enjoy. I'll have other things on here too, ball joint, whatever. All right, have a good day. Forgot one more thing to add. These things only call for 68 foot-pounds. Where the heck it calls 68, 78. I run to 110. You're not going to break the lug nuts, okay? Unless you want to take it on up to 150, 200, you might snap them. 250 probably. But either way, run these to about 100. At least, I put them at 110. Do it that way. They're aluminum rims. They do back out, okay? I always tell the person working on their car to go ahead and retorque them after about 30 miles, but they never do usually, so it'll be all right. At least the wheel feels like it's going to fall off. Remember, 100 foot-pounds or more, not what they call for at 58, 68, whatever the heck it is. I don't even feel like looking in the manual to find out. I don't use a manual. I already know everything on these cars. I'll try to figure out a way to mark this. That way y'all can see the rest of the videos. Enjoy the day. I'm done now.